Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sarah. On today's video, we are going to be learning how to add dimension to our bustier. If that's something you're interested in, come with me and let's get started. Also, do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Here we have our stay, and this stay is called a warden, and that's what I'm going to be using for the middle part and the sides. I'm also going to be using our main fabric, not our lining piece, our main fabric, to get the outline of what we're going to do. So here I'm just pointing out where I have my underbust notched on both sides, and that's where we're going to place our fabric onto the warden from. So you're going to place it from your underbust and then you go ahead and cut. But before you cut, I want to make sure that everything stays in place, so you're going to have to use your pins to hold things down and then go ahead and cut. This way it's more easier, faster, and you get what you want without having to go through any kind of mess. I'm going to go ahead and remove my pins and reveal the results that we have from what we just did. See that? Very simple and easy. Simple, easy, fast. So now I'm just going to fold this into two, and I'm going to do something. This is very important. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. But because of what we're going to do at the end of everything, we need to cut some parts off. So I'm going down here by ½ inch. I'm going up here by ½ inch, so ½ inch on both sides, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure my wording is correctly in place, and I'm going to go ahead and rule lines. You might not see the lines because it's like with the blue chalk on a white fabric, but I'm sure you understand what's going on here. So this is what we have after we're done cutting that. And I'm going to place back my fabric onto my wording. Now that was for the middle part. We're going to go ahead and cut out the side part of it. So with my underbust, again, like I said before, I'm just going to place it onto the wording. Now here I'm going to measure what we had for the middle part of the wording. This says like 7¾ and I'm going to mark that same measurement here. After doing that, I'm going to go ahead and cut this. But I also want to make sure that my underbust is sitting at where it's supposed to sit at. I'm going to go ahead and cut. Please watch how I cut. After doing that, I'm going to go ahead from the center. Just so you know where your center is, you want to grab your fabric again and make sure that the underbust is where the other bust is supposed to be, and then use the notched part of your bust to mark out the notched part of your wording, and then measure out 5 or 6 or 7 depending on how big the person's bust is. I just want to go ahead and create from that 5 that we just marked out. I'm going to go ahead and create something like an arc, like egg shape on this, and I'm going to go ahead and cut. For every wording, a part of it sticks to fabric and a part of it doesn't stick to fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and place this first wording that we just cut on another one, but you want to place it right sides facing each other. Let's just say that the right side is the part that doesn't stick, and then the wrong side is the part that sticks, and that's what we're going to do. After which, I went ahead to iron my interfacing onto the lining piece. I'm going to be using the lining piece as a base for where the wording is going to be sitting on. I'm going to be placing the wording onto the parts that they belong, like side, middle, but you want to make sure that the sticky part goes onto the fabric, not the other way around. So here I'm just placing them wrong sides facing each other, because let's just say the sticky part is the wrong part and the part of the fabric that is looking at us is also the wrong part. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this down before I go ahead to iron. This is all we have now, and I'm just going to go ahead and iron it so it stays in place. After ironing, I'm going to put it together from starting from the under bust. I also notched the lining like I said in the beginning, and I'm just going to go ahead and use my pin to hold this down. I'm going to be closing this by 1/2 inch. I went off camera to mark out the lines, and here I am just using my pins to hold everything in place, so when I go to sew, I'll just be sewing and removing the pins as I go. When I'm done doing that, this is what it's going to look like. Of course, it's going to be a lot neater when I'm done sewing, but that's all I have. And this is what the result looks like when we're done sewing it. Look at how defined that is, and look at the dimension is no longer flat. It's now like, let's just say 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional. Give this a dimension. Give it a dimension in the comment section. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out the excess wording that we have. You want to be careful when you're doing this so you don't end up cutting your main fabric. You want to go ahead and just cut only the excess part of the wordings, just like I'm doing right here. After doing that, I'm going to go ahead and open these parts up, the parts that we used to join the sides and the center. I'm going to go ahead and open it up, iron it, and then sew onto it, like sew on one side and the other side. If what I said doesn't make sense to you, please watch what I'm doing. Thank you. So this is what it's going to look like when we're done ironing and sewing it. This is what the inside looks like, very neat, and this is what the outside looks like. Okay y'all, so we've come to the end of the video. I just wanted to let you know that if you wanted yours to be extra padded, you can also repeat the same action onto your main fabric. With that being said, I hope you try this out for yourself, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video as much as I enjoyed making it with you. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Don't forget to love yourself, because I love you. Bye.